Recently, a big question has been hovering over Travis Kelce's future. Will he return for another season with the Kansas City Chiefs, or is he going to hang up his cleats? His brother, Jason Kelce, dropped a few hints on the Steam Room podcast, suggesting that Travis already has a clear idea of what he wants, but the secret remains. In this video, we'll explore Jason's statements and the possible implications for Travis's career. If you're also curious about the future of one of the NFL's greatest tight ends, keep watching. Before diving into speculation about Travis Kelce's retirement, it's important to mention that he has already publicly reflected on the challenges of last season. During an episode of the New Heights podcast, he revealed how the pressure of not being there for the most crucial moments of the season weighed on his mind. This could influence his decision, as he has made it clear how much the responsibility of being a key player on the team affects his life, both on and off the field. Travis Kelce, in conversation with his brother on the Steam Room podcast, hinted that his decision about his future is nearly made, but hasn't confirmed anything yet. While Jason believes Travis already knows what he wants, the tight end himself said he needs time to reflect. "If I come back, it will be a fully conscious decision," he stated. However, he is aware that the retirement process can be emotionally taxing, especially when looking at the performance toward the end of one's career. So far, Kelce hasn't ruled out the possibility of continuing, but he's not sure what's best for him in the long term. So what do you think about Travis Kelce's situation? In your opinion, should he keep playing, or is it time to hang up the cleats? Do you think the pressure of not being there in the key moments of a season is really affecting his decision? Share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to know what you think about the future of this NFL star. Now let's talk about the big question that's been leaving fans on edge. What's really going through Travis Kelce's mind? Has he already made his decision on retirement, or is he still living with uncertainty? Let's dive into what he said and what it could mean for his future in the NFL. Travis Kelce has until March 14th to make a decision on his retirement, and speculation about his future is intense. Although he stated that he needs time to reflect, his brother Jason Kelce suggests Travis already knows what he wants to do. On the Steam Room podcast, Jason made it clear that Travis is someone who makes decisions firmly, though in a less detailed way than himself. Kelce carries the responsibility of a large bonus, plus he's at a crucial point in his career, where the physical and emotional demands are enormous. What seems clear is that he's weighing the options of continuing to contribute to the team's success, or deciding it's time to close this chapter. If Travis Kelce decides to retire, the decision will have a profound impact on both the Kansas City Chiefs and the NFL as a whole. Kelce isn't just one of the greatest tight ends in history, but also an essential figure in the Chiefs' offense. His departure could leave a hard-to-fill gap, especially considering the trust the team places in his abilities in crucial moments. For the NFL, it will also mark the end of an era, as Kelce is one of the biggest stars of his generation. The pressure is now on him. Keep playing and continue chasing titles, or retire while still at the top. Now we want to hear from you. Should Travis Kelce keep playing and stay with the Chiefs, or is it time to step away from the field? What do you think he should consider when making this important decision? And if he decides to retire, who do you think could fill the void he would leave on the team? Share your thoughts in the comments. Let's discuss this crucial decision. Stay tuned, because Travis Kelce's future promises many more chapters. Whether he decides to keep playing or retire, this decision will be a milestone for the Chiefs and NFL history. Don't miss the updates, and keep following all the action in the world of football. See you in the next video. In recent years, the Kansas City Chiefs have established themselves as one of the most successful teams in the NFL, especially thanks to their explosive offense led by Patrick Mahomes. However, despite their multiple playoff appearances and Super Bowl victories, the Chiefs' defense has shown some weak spots that need to be addressed in order to continue dominating the league. The recent loss in the Super Bowl to the Philadelphia Eagles made it clear that, while the offense remains lethal, the defense needs to improve to stay at the highest level. Throughout the last season, the Chiefs' defense had moments of brilliance, but also appeared vulnerable, especially in critical situations during the most important games. The team struggled by giving up 40 points to the Eagles in the Super Bowl, a reminder that, despite their dominance on offense, there are still missing pieces in their defensive scheme. With the playoffs always on the horizon and a shrinking window of opportunity to secure another title, Kansas City must find ways to effectively strengthen their defense. Although the secondary has been one of the major concerns, the possibility of bolstering their defensive line should not be overlooked. In this context, an interesting option arises. Should the Chiefs consider signing Chase Young to strengthen their defense? In this video, we'll dive into the details of this possibility and analyze whether it would be a strategic move for the future of the Chiefs. Before analyzing Chase Young's situation and how he might fit with the Chiefs, it's important to understand Kansas City's overall salary situation. The team does not have a lot of cap space, which limits their options in the free agent market. This means that signing decisions must be careful and strategic to avoid compromising long-term financial flexibility. Despite this, the Chiefs have shown an ability to find creative solutions, as evidenced by their moves in past seasons. With proper control over the salary cap and a focus on smart signings, Kansas City has the opportunity to make a move that strengthens their defense without severely affecting their ability to retain key players in the future. That said, what could a Chase Young signing mean for the Chiefs in terms of fitting within their salary situation and improving the defense? While the Chiefs have several areas that need attention, adding a player like Young could be a significant step toward improving the defensive line. But is this feasible, considering the salary cap? Chase Young, the second overall pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, is a player who, despite his ups and downs, still shows tremendous potential. After being selected by the Washington football team, now the Washington Commanders, Young demonstrated his talent in his rookie season, earning multiple accolades, including the NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year award. However, throughout his career, he has struggled with injuries that have limited his ability to stay on the field for a full season. In 2024, Young spent the season with the New Orleans Saints, a team that, like the Chiefs, had a solid defense but needed an extra boost in their defensive line. During that season, Young had a relatively solid year, registering 31 tackles, 5.5 sacks, and 21 quarterback hits. While it wasn't a breakout season, the stats show that Young is still capable of generating pressure and contributing to his team's defensive success. What might catch the Chiefs' attention is that, despite his lack of consistency over the years, Young remains a talented and young player. He's only 25. In fact, 2024 marked the first time in his career that he completed a full season since entering the NFL in 2020, which could mean that he has overcome some of his injury concerns. Still, he's a player who needs to prove that he can stay healthy and be a reliable piece on the defensive line. A key factor in the Chiefs' decision would be the type of contract Young could expect in free agency. Given his injury history and inconsistency in performance, it is likely that Young wouldn't be seeking a long and expensive contract, which could be beneficial for a team like Kansas City, which has salary cap limitations. The Chiefs could offer him a short-term contract with incentives, allowing Young to prove his worth while fitting within the team's salary cap restrictions. Additionally, Young would fit very well in the Chiefs' defensive scheme, which is based on generating pressure on the quarterback. Alongside players like Chris Jones and George Karlaftis, Young could complement the Chiefs' defensive line, creating a unit that would be even harder to overcome for opposing quarterbacks. While Young is not expected to be the sole factor in changing the defense, his presence would certainly lighten the load for the other players and provide a more formidable threat. What do you think? Do you believe the Kansas City Chiefs should go for Chase Young, or should they focus on other areas to improve their defense? Considering the salary cap limitations and Young's past inconsistencies, do you think it would be a smart move for the Chiefs? Leave us your opinion in the comments, and don't forget to like the video if you're enjoying the information. Now that we've covered the details of Chase Young's situation and his potential impact on the Chiefs' defense, let's delve deeper into how this crucial signing could affect the team. Chase Young's name is starting to get louder in NFL circles, especially when discussing potential strategic moves to strengthen a defensive line. The Kansas City Chiefs, a team known for their explosive offense but that has struggled on defense at key moments, could be in the perfect position to seize this opportunity. By adding Young, a player who has shown flashes of his great potential, the Chiefs could significantly improve their ability to pressure the quarterback and stop the opposing offense. With Chris Jones dominating the center of the line and George Karlaftis looking for greater consistency in his development, adding Young could give the Chiefs' defense the boost it needs. While Young may not have reached the level expected by many experts since his second overall draft selection, he remains a highly talented player with the potential to change the course of a game with his ability to generate pressure. In combination with other key players, Young could be the missing factor that turns the Chiefs' defense into one of the most feared in the league. Additionally, the possibility of acquiring him on a short-term contract with incentives would be a smart way to ensure that the team doesn't commit to a long-term deal if injuries become an issue again. If Young stays healthy and performs at a high level, Kansas City could take advantage of his presence and continue their dominance in the league. If the Chiefs decide to sign Chase Young, this move could have several important implications for the team's immediate future. First, the defensive line would be significantly strengthened, potentially altering the strategies of opposing teams. With the ability to generate pressure more consistently, the Chiefs could force more mistakes from opposing quarterbacks, benefiting their entire defense. Furthermore, Young's impact would not only be felt on the field, but also in the locker room. The arrival of a player of his caliber could elevate the level of competition within the defensive unit, motivating other players to perform at their best.